Neither can embellishments of language be found without arrangement and expression of thoughts, nor can thoughts be made to shine without the light of language. The force of wind has power to move the pillars. When the determination is high and aims are strong, we walk through the challenges and establish our own ground. Thomasian fraternity is eminent in unraveling such beyond brilliance crystals that seek sturdiness from its portals. We feel immensely fortunate and elated to have such brimming bodies among us that makes this threshold of learning an astounded one. So let us all have the glimpse on the flare of such nagged pupils.
You can kill the dreamer, but you can't kill the dreams. Hi everyone, I Have a Dream is an iconic speech of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. It is recognized as one of the greatest speeches ever delivered. Dr. King delivered this speech in front of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. on 28th of August, 1963. So even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dreams. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and will live out the true meaning of its creed. We all hold this truth to be self-evident that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of the farmer slave and the sons of the farmer slave owner will be able to sit down together on the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, a state sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day my 4 little children will live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin but by the content of their character. I have a dream that one day down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor slave stripping with the word of interposition and nullification, that one day there in Alabama, all the black boys and all the black girls will be able to shake their hands with all the white girls and all the white boys as brothers and sisters. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day all the valleys shall be exalted, all the rough places will be made plain, and all the crooked places shall be made straight. This is our hope, and this is the faith with which I will go back to the south with this faith that one day we will be able to shout off the mountain of despair a stone of hope, that one day we will be able to transform the jangling discord of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood, knowing that one day we will be free. Free at last, free at last. Thank you, God Almighty, we are free at last.
I would rather be a rebel than a slave. Hi everyone, freedom or death is the famous speech of Emmeline Pankhurst, which she delivered at Hertford on November 13, 1913. I do not come here as an advocate because whatever position the American suffrage movement may occupy in the United States of America, it has passed beyond the realm of advocacy and has entered into the sphere of practical politics. I came here as a soldier who has temporarily left the field better in order to explain. It seems strange that it has to be explained that what civil war is like when it is waged by the women. If revolutionaries come to you from China, if they come to you from Russia or from any other part of the world, if they are carried by men, then they aren't difficult at all. But since I am a woman, it is necessary to explain that why the women had adopted the revolutionary methods in order to win the rights of citizenship. It is exactly about 8 years since the word militant was first used to describe that what we were doing, but it wasn't militant at all, except that it provoked militancy on the part of those who were opposed to it. When women asked questions in the political meetings and failed to get answers, they were not doing anything militant. In Great Britain, it is a custom, a time-honored one, to ask questions to the candidates of parliament. And no man was put out of the meeting for asking questions, but the first people who were put out of the meeting for asking questions were women. They were brutally ill-used and found themselves in the jail before the 24 hours had expired. In our civil war, people had suffered. But you cannot make omelets without breaking the eggs, and since you cannot have revolutionaries without damage to anyone. If you had great revolutionaries and have the men and women of one class rising towards the men and women of another class, you can locate where the difficulty is. But in our war against the government, you cannot locate it. We permit every class of the community, from highest to the lowest. Put them in prison and they'll stop it, says the government. But instead of giving up, more and more women did it, until there were 300 women who hadn't broken a single law, only made a new nuisance for themselves. Directly, women say they withhold their own consent. Now, I want to ask you a question. Who think that women cannot succeed? We, the women of England, have put the government of England to this position that they had to choose between the alternative of giving us freedom or giving us death. Thank you.